Hello, everybody, and welcome to Suddenly Saturday. I hope everybody's doing good out there, and we've got a lot of new subscribers coming on. I want to welcome all of them, and I'm glad everybody's putting their name and birthday in the comments to get into the contest. We're doing I'm going to give away two free readings this month, and put your name and your month and the day you were born in the comments, and I read all the comments. Um, I want to give a shout out to at Wandering Wanderer. Beautiful, beautiful comment you made to me. I was so grateful, and I felt it in my heart. Thank you very much, and welcome. I'm a channeler, and my name is Fawn, and you will come in here, and we're going to go on a journey. Every day is new, and when you find this, it was divine timing. And this is a collective, so it is everybody. Everybody's involved. It's soul family time. Oh, I hope everybody had a good day. We had a bad storm last night here. I got woke up, I don't know, about 4 o'clock in the morning with wind, and I'm thinking, God, a hurricane again or something. And Tallahassee got really smacked. So did Jacksonville. We got a lot of wind, and our electric was out for about 7 hours. But Tallahassee, I was looking at the pictures and I kept thinking, wow, that's what we went through. That's what we looked like after the hurricane, not almost a year ago. Actually, it was almost a year ago. So let's keep our vibes up for our soul family out there that are going through this horrible manifested weather that our baddies are doing on us. And let's keep it positive because we can't go into that negative downfall. And we are starting to remember who we really are. And that is the most important thing. Now, today is 5/11, 2024, which is a 15, which goes down to a 6. Now, what I do is I'll read us the 6. My Soul Helper Oracle has numerology in it, so it's nice that it gives you a meaning of the numbers. So we're going to start out with what 6 is going to tell us about this reading. Number 6 reveals that uniting and attracting forces are now flowing into you. Make use of them to bring ideas and dreams to fruition. You will find courage and unusual inner strength. Take a step forward and do not allow anything or anyone to stand in your way. You will be a conduit for the creation of new things. This numbers energy field is all about balance and the merging of opposing energies. It brings love, health, happiness, profit, and the fulfillment of dreams. Yeah, that's what we're all about. And I just want to say that you're never alone, ever, ever. It may feel on this 3D planet that sometimes you're alone, but we always have our ancestors, our angel guides, source, our creator, our mother, everyone around us watching over us, and how we're handling Earth School. And I guess it's kind of been a bumpy ride for all of us, especially the last 3 years, maybe. So right now we're kind of riding the wave, but we're going to go into a leveling and we're working on ourselves. And that's the most important thing, one soul at a time, because we want our Garden of Eden. We want our beauty, our paradise on this planet, and we have to do it. We were the answers to our ancestors' prayers. We have to think of it that way. Now, the Soul Helper Oracle wanted to talk, and it was a number 18, which is a 9. Nine kind of goes within itself. Lost in the ruins of the past, find the way to the present moment and live. We have a lot of people stuck in the past. If you keep bringing up the past, you're stuck there. Let it go. You are a traveler on the path of your own soul. You will need all your courage as you are following the light of your heart into an uncertain future. However, you have now drawn this card, and it is a very important sign. You have become lost in the ruins of the past, in ruins that are the remnants of an unpleasant or difficult time. You have looked back too often instead of looking forward. At times, trapped in places in the past that should have long since ceased to exert power over your life. Even if you could go back, you would find yourself alone and deserted. You would not meet anyone there. So what is it that you seek in these silent ruins that can offer you only loneliness and bitterness? They symbolize all your missed opportunities, but you cannot restore them now. They are what they are. If you linger there, you will begin to see your life as meaningless and sad, when it is really a wonderful and magical adventure. Feel the light of your heart and hear the sound of your soul. Continue on your path to discover endless possibilities, new adventures, new encounters, and even a new love. If you live tediously in the light portal of the present, your eyes firmly fixed on the future, you will be on the path of your soul. Leave the past behind and find your way back to the present. It is now important to forgive yourself and continue your journey, your gaze fixed firmly ahead. I agree. If you're going through the dark night of the soul, you are going to deal with some past traumas and release them. But if you're over that and you're still clinging to past stories of how horrible and tragic your life was, it's time to go on. I hope you brought coffee. I got coffee and I got the cards. Coffee and cards. Oh, now feel the light of your heart and hear the sound of your soul. Continue on your path to discover endless possibilities and new adventures. I wanted to reread that because we have to think about that. It's our choice. We are the one that are going to go on this journey. Whether we take somebody with us or not, we're going on their journey also if we are a couple or if we're in relationships. So it's got to be balanced. It's not all about his journey or her journey. It's combined. So you got to remember that if you're two. Now, your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the mouse, the herbal essence oil is lemon, healing crystal is black opal, and the number is 9. Number 9 reveals that you have something new to learn. Be open, receptive, and curious enough to seek it out. You will then find wisdom in an unconditional, deep healing love. Number 9 will help you reach a point of completion so that you can turn your attention to the mysteries of the unknown and the new. Its energy field is indestructible without being inflexible. Number 9 always remains true to itself. 9 plus 9 equals 18, whose digits add up to 9. 9 times 9 equals 81, whose digits add up to 9. Multiply any number by 9 and then add the 2 digits of the resulting number together, and they always end up as 9. It is almost as if it is absorbing every other number through this calculation. Number 9 teaches you how to do this, to accept the powers offered to you in order to achieve perfection. This number is fulfillment and completion, but also a beginning and an end. Well, we are at the end. We had a beginning, we went through it, and we are at an end. But we're going into the new beginning. So if that doesn't make sense, yes. And we're going to realize that mystery school, we're learning mystery school, not only Earth school. So that was a good card, but you do have to definitely release that stuff if you're carrying it around, definitely. Okay, now we have the angels and ancestors, and we only got one card with this one, but I can see where this reading is going. Snake, shed old skin. Cast off the old, reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. In many spiritual traditions, the snake offers powerful medicine. In tantric yoga, it symbolizes the kundalini, which is the powerful serpentine energy within that allows you to reach your highest spiral and spiritual potential. When the sacred ones saw a snake in nature or encountered one in a dream, they knew that there was transformation in the air. For me, the snake card not only represents the shedding of old skin, but moving beyond the limitations caused by carrying the venom of negative thoughts about others or pasts. The energy of renewal is washing over your life at this time. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized or you've been misread by others, know this energy is now leaving you. As you've been working through your old stories and all the self-limiting beliefs that you've accumulated along the way, you've been peeling away a shield of skin that has The moth. I don't want to swallow it. Okay. Let's see where I was. A shield of skin that has created limiting experiences. Your own personal commitment to growth has been recognized, and now the external world will begin to reflect all of the work that you've been doing within. If you feel someone you love has misunderstood you recently, they will be able to see beyond that if you're willing to recognize your own challenges. This is a time for renewal, abundance, and connection. Let yourself be reborn and celebrate. Yes, that is what we're doing. We're working on self and we're trying to be reborn. But the problem is that what this so far this reading is telling us is that we're lost in the past. Nobody lives there anymore. I mean, we can think of the beautiful times and share those stories, but this right here is lost in the darkness. I mean, they're probably just going over and over in this darkness because they're lost in that past and nobody's there anymore anyway. That past is gone and done, but it's binding us to it because the snake is saying the same thing. I mean, we've got to release that. That is a very dangerous thing to hold on to past issues and keep reliving them and bringing them up and reliving them. That is not a good thing. We got Protect the Wild and Green, and she is amazing. You are a guardian of the earth and all who shares it, the trees, the animals, the birds, insects, and inhabitants of the ocean blue. It is time to play an active role in protecting and preserving the wild and the green by being aware of and limiting your impact upon the natural world. This world is not yours to possess. It is a gift given to you and your children. Tread gently, tread with care, and walk with love. Remember, your relationship with the world is a symbiotic one. Yeah, we should walk with love because there's not enough love in this world to go around right now. And you have to be the lighthouse in the storm. Throw somebody a life preserver once in a while. Time to ground. The sea turtle is a very ancient, wise, and she is in all earth. She's resting, but her third eye, intuition, is open. And she's got jewels, crystals all around her. She is totally grounded. We all experience moments in our lives when we feel confused, unfocused, and surrounded by chaos and turmoil. These moments are often unavoidable, as are the lessons these moments can impart. But how you respond to them is a choice only you can make. Take a deep breath and a moment to pause and reconnect with Gaia and nature. Seek the silence of the void within whilst your spirit spirals downward to anchor itself like an ancient tree root in the cleansing embrace of the earth beneath you. Sometimes we just have to do that. Have you ever seen somebody say, "You want to go scream in the woods with me?" It's just releasing everything, and being out in nature really helps it to release. I've been laying out, I haven't done it yesterday or today because I've been busy, and today it kind of rained and then it got nice about 4 o'clock. I thought about it, but we should get out more. Even if it's an hour, I lay in the sun almost about an hour. But yeah, we have to get more grounded. Now we have the practical magic. And the practical magic has a message. It's a number 13, which is a 4. And it says, shine your light, light and dark, light in quotes, light and dark, and light in quotes. So we're going through the dark night of the soul. Okay. We can't stay there forever. We have to work out the issues. I mean, some people can say, okay, stay there forever, but we really don't want to go through the dark night of this. We're going to have to go through some dark nights of the soul, but they're not going to be probably as traumatizing as when we were a child because our perception was so different then and now. It might be when you revisit the past, It might be a different story. It might be a whole different twist than what you thought it was. So remember that. Live up to all the promises and potential within you and never play small, diminish your achievements, or dim your light for anyone. Be radiant, burn bright, sparkle and glow. You have no idea how much you inspire people just by being you. Now, what do I always say? Just be you. I mean, why is it that we have to be anybody but us? And why do we have to listen to everybody's opinion and their little snide marks? Don't. Just walk away from it. If they want to be negative, let them be negative. It's their choice. How many be how many may be watching you and appreciate the path you leave them to follow in your footsteps? When you allow your light to shine, you illuminate the way forward for others. You make them see what is possible, show them ways to reach their goals, and encourage them to be brave enough to try. Celebrate your success so everyone knows all the wonderful things that are possible. Share your struggles too, so others don't feel alone. Take all the opportunities you're offered to grow, achieve, and succeed. Then send all the promise and potential outward, rippling through your friendship circles, your family, your community, and the world. When this card comes to you, it's a reminder to not dim your light. Don't allow anyone to pressure you into playing down your achievements so they'll feel better about themselves. Don't pretend away all the good in your life just because a loved one is going through a rough patch. Don't refuse to go after your dreams because you're worried that someone else will be threatened by your success. Don't feel guilty for achieving a goal you worked hard for. Shrink yourself so your partner feels bigger and more important, or silence yourself to keep others happy. Limiting yourself and playing small doesn't help anyone, not you or the person you're trying to protect. Diminishing yourself and hiding your talents is in the mistake belief it will make someone else happy. Ultimately, does them a disservice too. It leaves you both living smaller lives and builds resentment on both sides. If someone can't handle your sparkle, that's their problem, not yours. If they don't want to be around you because you shine too brightly, let them go. Those who love you will want you to be your true and wonderful, radiant self. They'll encourage you, support you, and raise you up, knowing that success and happiness begets more of the same, not less. Life is not a pie with limited slices. Your success, your joy, your accomplishments, none of which limit someone else's potential or reduce their chances of attaining their goal if they work for them. You might even make them more likely to succeed by proving to them what is achievable. When you succeed, you show that it's possible for others to succeed too. When you live your dream, it gives people permission to follow theirs. And when you raise the bar for yourself, you raise it for everyone. Empower and inspire people in ways you may never even know. A rising tide lifts all boats, so be a light in the world and help lift others to reach their own potential. Be brave enough to illuminate the way forward for those around you by walking your path with confidence. Lead by example. Be your best self. Know that you deserve all the good things in your life, all the opportunities that come to you, and all the success you attain. Celebrate your achievements and congratulate your friends and loved ones on theirs as well. Let them know when they've inspired or encouraged you. Tell them how their triumphs, words, and deeds have made your life brighter, so they know it's safe for them to keep shining their light too. Yeah, keep shining your light. There's a lot of negative beings out there, and you can't change them, but you can change yourself. And someday they might walk into a dark night of the soul and come out a changed person. You never know. It all depends on what the creator has in store for them. They're walking their own journey. Their journey might take longer. Their journey might be negative. Yours might be happy. It all depends. We don't know because it's our choice to make it that way. And if we have the people around us that are always cutting us down and making us miserable and saying little nasty things, then you got to be careful with those type of people because they haven't leveled up yet. They're still down in 3D, 2D, somewhere there that they only care about self, their self. And you want to work on self, but you want to care about everybody. So there's two different type of people in this planet. And then there's the really sinister ones. So probably there's like three different types of people. Okay, now we are going to go to the dreams of Gaia. And we got a number 11, which is a water, it's water. And that's a master number. Emotion and intellect. Influence of emotional disharmony, both love and fear motivate. Is fear the more dominant force? Unvoiced emotions must be expressed. Address unhealthy imbalances. Suppressed emotions create dis-ease. Seek a productive means of emotional release. Be proactive and mindful of your emotions. Just like I told everybody in my yesterday thing, I had kind of a gut punch yesterday. And I felt like screaming, I felt like crying, but I had to go to town. So I told my husband I was leaving. And I got in the car and I was driving down the road talking to Source about it, trying not to scream. And I couldn't do that because I was ready to cry. So I was like, nope, I can't do this. I can't think about it. I'm just gonna crank on the music and I'm just gonna take myself somewhere else. So that's what I did. And I think that's what we have to work on. When we get in that horrible mode of I want to cry or I want to scream or I just want to punch somebody, I think we need to go back, go away for a minute, leave that situation and think about it and try to release whatever type of feeling and emotion is coming out in us at that point. If you have to go cry, the shower is a great place. Nobody knows, and you can just release your tears and everything. But I try not to cry anymore. I really do not cry much anymore because it just is not worth it. It's not worth my emotional distress for someone else's opinion of a bunch of crap that they want to put into everybody's uh, beautiful vibrations. So I just try to stay clear of that kind of junk. I don't like that junk in my trunk. The 11 of water is a balancing and realigning card that addresses any emotional disharmony that may be influencing your choices and environment. It also represents the need for us to see the whole and how an imbalance can affect it. Love and fear. How many times have you heard someone say that a choice or action was made from a place of fear, or was born of a person's insecurity and doubts, or was born of love? When we are attacked by others, we may react and retaliate because we are angry and afraid, but we may also act because we have love for ourselves and wish to address an injustice and prevent further injustice. We may choose not to take a risk or make changes in our lives because we are afraid of an unknown future. But we may also choose not to take a risk that may alter our lives because we love the life we already have. We may be plagued with doubt, but we can also be blinded by love. What motivates our actions the most, fear or love? The truth is that most of our actions are motivated by both in equal measures, fear and love. Like creation and destruction cannot exist without one another. They can even appear to be the same force depending on one's perspective. What motivates you to walk away from a friendship or relationship that is causing you hurt and dis-ease? One person might say that you have walked away because you were afraid of being hurt further. Another might say that you walked away because you respect and love yourself and know that you deserve better. Who is right? In most situations, both are right. You are afraid of being hurt again, and you do believe you deserve better. You may also be motivated to stay in a relationship because you are afraid to leave or because you are so in love that you are willing to forgive the one who hurt you. and give them a second chance. The 11 of water signifies a need to see that you are often motivated by both forces at the same time. Love and fear are two halves of the same whole, and each flows into the other. However, an unhealthy imbalance can occur when fear becomes the dominant force and prevents you from breaking free of painful situations and relationships, thereby preventing you from leading a happy and productive life. The 11 of water also addresses the subject of suppression and expression. Suppression emotion can lead to illness. Emotional stress can manifest in the form of depression, anxiety, high blood pressure, inflammation, and in the body, and in turn, dis-ease. There can be real and life-threatening consequences to suppressing fear, anger, sorrow, and other weightier emotions. The 11 of water does not suggest that life is meant to be lived on an even keel. Life will always offer up moments that will have us shouting for joy or conversely suffering in silence. But if you express instead of suppress, you will move through life with more ease, as opposed to living a life of dis-ease and suffering. It is better to be proactive and mindful when it comes to your emotions. Never ignore them. We will always find those people that are negative, and we will always find the people that are positive. It all depends on where we want to go with that. And I really feel that sometimes it's probably a karma. I mean, what are you learning from that situation? If you're in a bad situation or a good situation, whichever it may be, what are you learning? What is the Earth School teaching you? We are in Earth School and we are supposed to learn things. So what are we learning? It's like, you see a good side of somebody or a family or friends or whatever. You see this beautiful side of them. And then all of a sudden they change and you see this horrible side of them. There's two sides to every story. It's we have those moments. Everybody has those moments. We don't go through life whistling Dixie, but we can go through life controlling our emotions and working them out the way we think we need to do that. Because we need to work on ourselves. And that's what the message yesterday told us, self. We got a clarifier for that. I get the Oceanic Tarot, and we got the World Regeneration. And this emotional card basically told us that. I mean, we have to regenerate. If we are in a low vibe situation where we are really depressed, we don't know what to do, we can't find ourselves. We have to regenerate. We have to go in and work and either meditate, crank the music up, take a walk, whatever you have to do. Get a punching bag, but don't take it out on people around you. Don't take it out on the world if you have a problem. The world shows that your life is regenerated and renewed as you finally find the success you seek and celebrate your achievement. You may receive a particular reward for your efforts. The card also shows the completion of a phase, such as meeting a target or goal or finalizing a house, move, or other major projects. The world often comes up in your reading to signify a relationship landmark, such as a wedding, anniversary, or renewing vows. There are opportunities to travel now, and if you are single, have romantic adventures. Celebrate what you have achieved and embrace new opportunities. You will be full of energy and motivation. The world is your oyster. This is success, completion, celebration, beginnings, travel, motivation, and renewal. And that's kind of what this said. Take care of your emotions and intellect and regenerate. Oh, that was a good one. Okay, now we've been getting a lot of fire. We got the two of fire. And this is power sharing, mentorship, partnership, equality, teamwork, mutual interest, ambition, control. Align yourself with another, a power sharing situation. Two heads are better than one, a time for teamwork and cooperation, a struggle of power. Seek one who will teach much needed skills, an equal exchange of energy, someone who will help you overcome obstacles. The two of fire represents partnership and aligning yourself with another who shares your goals and visions in order to make an ideal reality. It symbolizes a power sharing situation where two people with mutual interests work together because together they have more chance of success in achieving their ambitions than they would have if they worked alone. The two of fire represents teamwork and working together in a harmonious way. The division of labor in natural and organic, as each has different but equal strengths that, when brought together, create a stronger and unique whole. It signifies an equal exchange of energy where both parties derive the same reward and satisfaction. Do you have a goal or outcome you wish to manifest but cannot accomplish without assistance? When the two of when the two of fire appears in your reading, it represents an opportunity to work with someone in a collaborative way that may allow you both to make thought a reality. Whether that person comes to you as a mentor who, by working with you, can teach you much needed skills, or a partner who works with you to have the workload or shared vision and mutually interest will help you to overcome the obstacles you have found in your path that may be preventing you from moving forward. Now is the time for teamwork. In this situation, two heads are better than one, and two pairs of hands will make lighter work. Yeah, if we all could have did that in our lifetime, combine the work. Nah, we did like our parents did. And the woman's inside, the man's outside, and it's just stupid. That's just stupid. I don't like it, and I think it's ridiculous, and it's programmed into people, and people think that that's real. Really, I don't think it's real at all. I think it's manifesting a bunch of lazy baloney, if you ask me. It's like they don't want to do nothing. They just want you to do it all. I don't think so. Okay, now on the fire, the clarifier we got was the hangman. And this is a 12, which is a 3. And this is a divine message. This is limbo. So we got the regeneration, we got the emotional, we got the partnership, duo, and then we got the limbo. When the hangman arrives in your reading, you cannot move forward, stuck in limbo. You may be waiting for a decision to be made or generally feel that some aspect of your life are on hold as relationship and projects remain static. This lack of control can leave you frustrated, and you may decide to reach a compromise rather than hang around much longer. However, the hangman asks you to stay calm and think through your options rather than rush to find an instant way out of a bind. This needs not be time wasted after all. Using this waiting time to see your situation in a new light and find alternative perspectives, you may find an ingenious solution or gain a valuable insight. Waiting, time, frustration, sacrifice, insight, purpose, and viewpoints. This sounds like somebody's going to create something. This sounds like there's people working in the area that are they're in limbo. They're creating something, they're in limbo, but they're going to find if they wait and they be patient, they're going to find a good outcome. That isn't really a bad card. Now we got a, yeah, the water is, we've got to let things flow. This is a 9 of water, and this is illumination, acceptance, openness, emotional enlightenment, strength, courage, fear, ignorance. Open your heart. Past experiences leave an emotional imprint. Shine a light on the source of the emotional pain, the effects of past experiences on the present moment, the weight of our emotions, emotional enlightenment, the process of becoming lighter. Ignorance is not bliss. Break the cycle, remove the emotional hooks. Emotional intellect. She looks like she's just looking up. She's got her third eye, her eyes wide open. She's got her heart right there with energy coming out of it. She is channeling, she's opening her heart. Uh, the effects of past experiences on the present moment. Yeah, we have to break these cycles. Um, the very first thing to be born in the darkness of the void was light. The nine of water represents a need to embrace an open heart and allow the light of love to transform and heal emotional pain. Turn it into knowledge that sets us free. Our past experience, good and bad, leaves an emotional imprint. Remember, joy and love can inspire a sense of well being. A happy memory creates a feeling within that curves the lips and makes us smile or laugh. While a bad memory can cause tears and open up old wounds we thought were healed and forgotten long ago. Have you ever heard a song playing on the radio and had tears form in your eyes because the song was one you shared with a past love who broke your heart? Have you ever had someone say something to you that has triggered anger because they have touched on deep rooted remembered triggers? Anger because they touched on a deep rooted remembering anger towards another who said the very same words. Have you ever started laughing uncontrollably because a silly moment in the now stirred? I haven't done that in a long time. I used to laugh uncontrollably, especially when I was tired. I gig the giggles, but I haven't laughed like that in a long time. Up memories of a silly, happy moment in the past. Our emotions can lift us as high as the stars or plummet us into an abyss of despair. And yet, all too often, we do not know or understand why we feel and react as we do. What makes some memories so much more vivid and unforgettable? What makes them unforgettable is how they made us feel. This is emotional imprint at work, and through it, we can and do bind ourselves emotionally to the past. In the present, these imprints become triggers that have us reacting on an almost purely emotional level. If our mind was a bank in which we could choose what memories we save, the majority would save only the memories that make them smile, while discarding those that make them cry. There would be so many happy, smiling people in the world if we could choose to keep only the memories that make us smile. Unfortunately, we have no choice, but what we do have is the choice to recognize our emotional triggers. So the bad memories or those laden with weighty emotions have less influence upon us. By shining a light on the source of the emotional pain and then accepting that the moment that caused it is over and cannot be changed or undone, we take the first step to freeing ourselves from the emotional hook that binds us to the past. Recognizing how we feel and react when recalling that moment or experience one like it is the next step towards emotional awareness. Finally, in being mindful and learning not to react when an emotional trigger is squeezed, we reach emotional enlightenment, a state when we are no longer shackled. Eventually, there comes a time when we no longer have to be mindful because the memory no longer has any influence. The hurt has healed and we have transcended. Emotional enlightenment is not a gentle process. It involves rummaging through our memories, revisiting old hurts, seeing them and accepting them for what they are, letting go of harmful and destructive beliefs, and then freeing ourselves of the burden of their emotional weight. It takes time and practice, and at the beginning of the process, we can be more reactive than usual. It's like trying to run up a muddy, slippery slope. We lose our footing, fall, and slip backwards. For some, the process is simply too difficult. Others resist, wondering why anyone would consciously choose to explore and relive their deepest, most painful memories is like choosing to cut open old scars to make them wounds all over again. The reality is they are correct. It is like cutting open a scar, but aggressive measures are needed if a cancer grows beneath the scar tissue. If past memories are making you emotionally react in a way that is counterproductive in the now, then there is a cancer present. You might not be reliving the memories consciously, but when they have power influence how you feel and react in the present, then you are reliving those memories on an unconscious level. So the choice is one between having those memories influence you unconsciously or being mindful and aware and lessening or ending their influence. The Nine of Water offers the choice and asks you to make it. You might not have a choice in the memories your mind stores, but you do have a choice as to which ones you invest in emotionally. Whether it be a past memory or a new one, invest in those that fill you with love and lightness and find yourself rising from the depths. Just as emotional enlightenment is not an easy process, it is also not a spiritual process. It is a healing process. It is the process of making ourselves lighter in being, becoming lighter by letting go of the heavy emotions we unconsciously hold on to, and which in turn influence our emotional and physical well being in the present. When the Nine of Water appears in your reading, you are also being asked to consider if, at this time, one of your emotional triggers is being squeezed for good or ill. Ask this question will help you to determine whether you are acting for the wrong or the right reason. Sometimes people will squeeze that emotional thought out, and it might have been a good thing or a bad thing. It all depends on how you react. It's your choice. Now, with the Nine of Water, we got the Three of Cups, another three, reunion. Be carefree, enjoy the company of those who make you laugh. You gather together with friends and family to celebrate. So this three predicts weddings, parties, reunions, and precious time with the people you love who make you feel like your true self. Their company is uplifting, fun, and replenishing. If you're single and looking for love, there may also be an opportunity for a flirtation. And if you're working on a creative project now, it's time to get into the zone. Celebrate friendship, healing, fun, flirtation, indulgence, and creativity. Basically, this has really been somebody is in limbo and there's a partnership that could do some things together, but there is some emotional past baggage in this reading. We got the snake. We got everything that releases, but somebody's stuck in this emotional, intellectual place, and you have to get yourself out. Nobody can talk you out of it. Um, you're just stuck in it. And the last card that we got in the Dreams of Gaia was a number 22, which is another master number, and it's intuition. And this came in reverse. Intuition is your sixth sense, the voice of your unconscious mind. Heed your intuitive feelings. Intuitive skills born of practice. Pick the options that feel right. Strengthening your intuition, tap into your other senses, make your best guess. Be both intuitive and rational. Watch and observe intuition or bad past experiences. Seek a second opinion. There is some blockages here, and this is in the future. Okay. So what I'm going to do is read the future, and then I'm going to read the blockages that the book says. And then see, I am feeling somebody is not using their intuition and they're blocked. It is time to learn. Now, this is the future. It is time to learn how to strengthen your intuitive abilities in order to enhance your decision and guide your actions in the future. When the intuition card appears in the future position, it signifies a need to observe, listen, and learn. Expand your mind and your experiences. The more you know, the more experiences you have, the more sound your intuition will be. Although it may not seem glamorous, intuitive decisions are founded in knowledge and experience. The more practiced and knowledgeable you are, the less you have to think about a process. It becomes intuitive. For example, a skilled artist has become so adept in their craft after decades of doing the same thing that they can make intuitive decisions regarding their work without any conscious thought or effort. To someone observing them, they would appear to just go with the flow. And in many situations, they are doing exactly that. They are trusting their gut, heeding intuition. However, their intuitive decision will being made unconsciously are based on their decades of expertise and the knowledge they have accrued over the years. Experience and knowledge strengthen your intuitive abilities. So does tapping into your other senses and treating life as the sensory experience that it is. Touch, taste, smell, hearing, and sight are taken for granted. However, if you were to take the time to listen more closely, to observe more, to feel and explore the sensations that touch inspires, and to taste not only your food, but life itself, how much more would you know and understand? The key to enhancing your intuitive ability could be through understanding. It could be through experiencing your other senses to create a greater extent. We talked about senses, thinking it was last week. It is also a good to challenge yourself a little by making more intuitive decisions. Examine your decisions, make process, and if you are the one slow making slow, weigh decisions. You could try taking a little less time. Push yourself to spend less time weighing your decisions and just make them. Instead, go with your gut, defy logic, be a little spontaneous, and just make a guess. To strengthen your intuition, you do need to observe more, learn more, experience more, but sometimes you also have to think less. Overthinking a situation is not a good thing. That's basically what it's saying. And you have to really be patient. Take your time with this. Work on it. We're also playing a game. I had everybody start a few weeks ago, start practicing manifesting. We have to practice this stuff. The more we practice it, the better we are. We've been manifesting. Some of the soul families manifested money. They've manifested maybe a puppy. We haven't heard yet. I manifested a washer. Somebody else manifested over $500. We have it within us. We just have to be patient. And start with, I always say, start with something small. I know everybody wants to start with something big, but start with something small. That way you can see you're manifesting quicker. I mean, hey, you can go with the stars and manifest all you want. Do what you want to do, whatever you feel you need to do. Now, this is the potential blockage of it being reversed. When the intuition card appears reversed, it cautions you to apply a little reasoning and rational thought to your situation. Is there a chance that your intuitive abilities are being hampered by emotional bias born of past experiences? Could similarities between a past issue and your present situation be hampering your ability to intuit accurately? Do you have prejudice that could also be influencing you? What you believe could be blinding you to what is. Make sure you are not working with flawed or incomplete information. Make sure you are not following the same course of action you have in the past, especially if that course of action was one you regretted. If you if your knowledge is not sound or based in fact, you cannot be certain that your gut feeling is sound. Observe, look at the situation, and weigh up all the evidence at hand. It might also serve to reach out to a friend and ask their thoughts. It might help to get a second opinion. Somebody's thinking about something. Now, with the intuition card, we got a number 18, which is illusion. The moon watches your questioning what you see. Can you see beyond illusion? When doubt and confusion threaten to overwhelm you, a situation or relationship may seem appealing under the romantic light of the moon. But will it stand the test of time? Your intuition may be telling you that everything is not as it seems. An additional meaning on this card is that hidden fears and old memories surface as you work through an emotional block. Give yourself time to work out the best way forward. Your intuition holds the answers. Pay attention to its messages through feelings and dreams rather than rely on a logical approach to a problem. The unconscious, doubt, decision, dilemmas, sadness, the past, fear. I'm getting that there's a lot of people right now that are floating around in the past. The illusion card, if you look at it, it's full moon, it's lobsters there, and the lobsters coming there, and the sea lions are looking up at the moon. So does the lobster have time to sneak through, or are they going to pounce on them? It's not all what we've seen. We've got to be careful with the illusion card showing up with the intuition backwards. This whole reading so far has been about that. So let's see where the other few cards we have. We got the Gateway of Light activation, and I think this will help a little bit from what we just heard that we really need to do. Because when you're going through those paths and that emotional release and your dark night of the soul and you're ready to shine, the Akashic Stargate aligned with purpose crossroads, no wrong path. There is no wrong path. It's your choice. So if you make the wrong choice, then you went on the wrong path. But when we try to steer our ship and grab everybody else's with a rope and try to steer their opinion, we just all float around in just mucky water. You have to work on yourself. A Stargate, a Stargate is a portal that can take us through space and time to a whole other universe. It's based on the concept of the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or what is also known as a wormhole, where a speculative structure linking different points of space-time is created. In spirituality, a stargate is less about traveling on the physical 3D dimensional level and more about making progress on the spiritual. A feature of many spiritual traditions is the idea that all of us have a stargate in our heart that connects with us with the central lattice of consciousness, the divine matrix. The Buddha acknowledged we were the universe, while Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. The Akashic Stargate transports us to a space where we are given the opportunity to make a decision to accelerate the realization of our life's purpose. Whenever the Akashic Stargate is presented to you, it's because you're at a critical point on your journey. You have the opportunity to move in a particular direction, and you have to make a decision. This can feel overwhelming, and you may be waiting for someone or something to make the decision for you, but you aren't here to walk a path that was set for you. You're here to walk a path that you have chosen. The next step of your journey cannot unfold until you decide which way to go. Know that whatever direction you take and whatever decision you make, you'll always be on the right path. No matter how you get there, you'll always end up in a similar space. Also, know that purpose isn't about doing your duty. It's about living life and experiencing joy. Yeah, do what you love and love what you do. Could you imagine if we would have did that in the first place in when we were in kindergarten and school and they didn't indoctrinate us with a bunch of hokey baloney that Columbus discovered the world and just all kinds of crap. So if they would have told us that we had this in us and we would have worked on things, could you imagine what we'd be doing right now? We'd have a whole different universe going on right now. It'd be beautiful. Okay, now, Mary Magdalene. This is the divine master. Sacred vessel, you are the answer. Be guided in your purpose. Everything is about releasing the old. See, we can't get into our purpose until we release the old. The old is binding us. Now I'm gonna tell you one of my dreams. I had a dream that, well, I listened to Dolores Cannon, and she said to release everything with love and break the contract because we all have a contract. So one night I went to bed and I started meditating. And when I started meditating, I went into like this, I don't know if it's astro travel or channeling, but I started seeing glimpses of all these memories. I mean, from when I was a little kid, probably infant. And I thought to myself, did I die? Am I going through this looking at my past and my mistakes? Because, you might want to do that. Because if we die, usually Usually, I get a little gnat or something flying around me. Usually, they say that that's what happens. Well, no, everybody I seen, I released them with love and broke the contract. And when I woke up that night, after I don't know if I was dreaming or traveling, I don't know what it was. I stood up and I felt I had to lean up against the wall. My husband's like, "What's going on?" I said, "I feel like somebody gave me a Mickey." Like, you know how you see in the movies where the whole rooms are like moving and spinning. I had to literally stand on the wall for like 3 minutes until the room stopped spinning. It was like I was on this karma wheel and it was stopping. Did I stop the karma? I mean, because I don't really think about the past. My husband brings up the past more than I do. I don't visit it other than the beautiful things, the memories of my brothers and my grandmas and the good stuff. That's what I remember. And I guess I programmed it into my thought pattern. I don't remember the bad too much. Okay, now Mary Magdalene was one of the original followers of Jesus Christ. It has been recorded that she had the first vision of the risen Christ when she went into his tomb on Easter morning. And it was through this vision that he revealed to her his sacred teachings, initiated her as a teacher. She was the apostle to the apostles. And it is therefore through her that a pivotal aspect of the original teaching of Christ has reached the world. Mary was a highly sensitive clairvoyant, and it has been speculated that she was the partner, wife, divine consort of Jesus. If Jesus was the vehicle of Christ's energy, Mary was the vehicle for the Magdalene, a powerful feminine force that renders all beings equal and helps the world see that the voices of the feminine are not only important, but the sacred force that can save the world from ruin. You are the answer you seek. You hold the treasure, the magic, and the mystery. Right now, you are being encouraged to recognize that you are a valuable part of the universal plan. If you have a strong desire to share what you have learned, it's time to do so. This can be scary and sometimes overwhelming because putting yourself out there can leave you open to scrutiny. But if you are comfortable with your gifts and teachings, you hold a sacred energy that allows others to see your clarity. The light of the Magdalene is surrounding you now and encouraging you to recognize that the healing you have experienced in actual what you are here to teach. Take some time to reflect on what you have overcome and see that this experience can help many. Your personal testimony can move others and even mountains. Lean on your creator and know that you are being called to be a vessel for the sacred. Wow. That was that was a great message because of the beautiful comment that I was left twice, the same one, but I loved it that it was twice because sometimes it's good to say it, but you don't think of yourself that way. You just feel that you've got to get out there and help people. And yeah, I did. It was traumatic going through the dark night of the soul, and I have leveled up in my wisdom a lot. That it's ready. It's time to teach it. Yeah. 40 and another four. We've had quite a few fours today. And this is the human spirit oracle, and we got blessings in disguise. She's got a thermostat on that hat up there and feathers, peacock feathers, and crystals, and two keys hanging. Interesting because we had a partnership in there earlier, and there's two keys, and then the spider, of course, coming down. Got to have nature, and two masks. Oh no, did you just lose that toxic person your loved ones have been warning you about? Guess what? That is amazing news. Or perhaps that dead end job has sent you packing. Hooray, celebrate. Have you recently lost a job, been turned down for a gig, or bombed on a date? Then think of it as the universe removing something from your path so that it can send you what you truly deserve. Something we become comfortable or feel unworthy So we stay put, afraid to look for those blessings. Now is the time to think about what change you could benefit from that might feel a wee bit uncomfortable. We absolutely know it can be terrifying to walk away from a long time comfort zone, even if we were miserable there. We ask you to be fearless, be the hero of your own story. This was a great reading for Suddenly Saturday. I love this. And everything really just flowed. I mean, love it. And something I wanted to say. I want everybody to keep shining and be that blessing for someone that doesn't have the blessings right now. And wake up every day with gratitude. Look around and see what beautiful the world has to offer and the beautiful creation that is our outside world. If it's ugly when you walk out your door, then it's your job to make it beautiful if that's your yard, if that's your home. So we need to do that. We need to make our garden of Eden and we need to shine. So anyway, remember to manifest two things: meditate, manifest, get your name in there and the month you were born and the day you were born to get into the free reading drawing. I will be pulling my husband. I make my husband pull it. So I don't, and nobody cheats. We put in a magic hat and we got about, well, let's see, it's 511. We got about, I'm going to pull it on 517 because I like Q. I like the number Q, the letter. Anyway, okay, now I love everybody and may every step in your journey be magical. Guess what? Just be you.